I am Dr. Santosh Kadam, Assistant Professor, Department of English from Rai Shikshan Samsthas, Rajashri Chhatrapati Shahu College, Kolhapur. I select here B third year Special English, and the subject is Structure and Function of Modern English Grammar. From the same subject, I have selected here Types of Discourses. Already we have seen what is the meaning of discourse. You should know and we should know what is the meaning of discourse. Discourse is nothing but the discourse is only passage. It is also known in another language, register. I think there are dialect, register, pidgin. These are the types of the language. It means this is a process of the creation of the language, and then we have a particular different types of the language. Here we have to see the types of the passage. I would like to first of all tell here and first of all discuss here journalism language. If you are going to see the journalism's language and journalism's passage, we have a specific language. Journalism language, it has a particular structure, it has a particular vocabulary, it has a particular content which is not present in the another language. The first of all, we think here, if you are going to see the vocabulary, it has specific vocabulary. All the vocabulary, it is very complex and it is very selected. It is very standard. It means the standard words are useful in our journalism language. Next one is going to think here active voice and passive voice. These are the two types of our voice, but here we have to consider passive voice, because passive voice is very useful in the analysis of our journalist passage. First of all, we have to understand here journalism language uses only one structure of the language, and this is called the passive voice. We can open any newspaper, and within this newspaper there are the different types of the news, and all news gathered here only from our passive structure. So we can consider here journalism language, it has a particular feature, it has a particular structure. Then you will get the idea of our this passage. Then we have to think here another topic and another just like a type of our discourse, and this is science fiction and science passage. Science passage, it has also a particular feature. Science language, it is related to science. All vocabulary, all abbreviation, all things from our science. If you are going to see the some just like a passages of our science, they have followed some words from science. Science language is fixed. Science language has a passive structure. Science language does not consider just like a particular subjective matter, it consider objective matter. Sometimes subject is not present in the science language. Sometimes always going to start with our passive mode, and then you will get the idea how this is. The language is going to follow some instruction, and for our a particular just like a lab, if you are going to see the some instruction of the lab, and all the instruction, they are in a particular mode. Sometimes imperative sentence, it is also going to consider. Sometimes passive mode, it is going to consider. So you have the particular just like a category, and which category is known here only science language. Science language has a particular just like a specialty, which specialty is not found in another just like a language and another field language. So passage of our science, it is very fruitful only science student and other student and readable student. So we have studied here science discourse, and thank you to all student for